Welcome in, Bulldog baseball fans, to a cold and windy day at Mahomet-Seymour Baseball Field for this production of Mahomet-Seymour Baseball on Bulldog TV. I am Ben Greenberger, joined alongside Gage Edelman, as the Bulldogs will be taking on the Olympia Spartans today in a home non-conference contest. Gage, it's a cold one today.
It is very cold.
It's windy. It's about 40 degrees. The wind is blowing out to left field, and it is galing out to left field for these teams. Mahomet-Seymour Ballpark plays very small as it is, so we'll see some of these balls get lifted up in the air. We could see a lot of runs being put on the board. This Bulldog offense, no stranger to putting up runs on the board. They have been scoring at a premium. They're 3-1 on the season. Their wins coming by scores of 16-3, 18-1, and 16-0. So, Gage, when they're winning these games, they're scoring a lot.
Yeah.
Not to mention, yesterday, though, the Bats went a little bit cold. They lost a pitcher's duel 1-0 in Teutopolis yesterday evening. So they're coming off a game where the Bats were able to be kept off the scoreboard. They'll definitely be trying to rectify that today. As we have the warm-up tosses being finished it up, it is Zach Corson on the bump for the Bulldogs today, wearing number 1, getting the start against Olympia. Corson, 2 innings pitched on the year. He's given up 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 of those earned, and he has struck out 3. For the Olympia Spartans, it's going to be Adam Schwartzendruber, Edwin Hodgson, Josh DeVore, Cole Kindred, Drew O'Donnell, Alex Kindred, Elijah Smith, Riley Mcallister, and Gunnar Wilson facing Corson today, as it'll be Adam Schwartzendruber into the box, and we are ready for baseball on this cold and windy day in Central Illinois. Thank you all for joining us here on Bulldog TV. The Bulldogs looking to move to 4-1 on the season. They suffered their first loss last night as the first pitch home from Corson is swung on and missed, and we are underway. The Bulldogs play straight up defensively. We'll go along the defensive alignments as this game gets underway. But the shortstop, Adam Schwartzendruber, digs in first against Zach Corson. The 0-1 pitch misses just a little bit low, 1-1. It's going to be Chase Wagers, Braden Houchin, Alex Mchale, and Carter Johnson around the infield from third around to first. It's going to be Corson working with Braden Smith behind the dish. And Corson winds and fire the 1-1 pitch. Just off the outside corner. Strike that, a strike. Looked like that one was a little bit out, but he got the call there, Gage.
Yeah, that's how they were calling it last home game with Danville, a little bit outside. Was a strike.
Yeah, it's cold. These strike zones might get a little bit bigger. So Corson's ahead in the count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He works out of the windup and the payoff pitch. That one misses low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Around the outfield is going to be Carter Selk out there in left, Jaden Lager in center, and Mateo Casillas out there in right field. The Bulldog 3-hitter, Blake Walters, getting the night off defensively. He will be the designated hitter and the 3-hitter for the Bulldogs today, but normal pitcher and center fielder not out there defensively today. And the 2-2 pitch headed home from Zach Corson, chopped on the ground to shortstop. That's going to be Houchin. He backs up on it, throws over across to Johnson, and gets him by a step. Houchin over to Johnson, 6-3 on the putout, and we've got 1 away. That ground ball was hit sharply. Houchin initially charging and then decided to go back on it. Nice play defensively.
Coming up, the center fielder.
This is going to bring in the center fielder, Edwin Hodgson, the right-handed hitting center fielder for Olympia. Not a lot of statistics available for Olympia. Not really able to tell you a whole lot about their squad, but we'll get to know them as the game goes along. First pitch is swung on and missed. Corson working ahead of the hitter here. Houchin wears number 12 and is going to be playing center again today. Third baseman Josh DeVore is on deck. The 0-1 pitch home from Corson. Misses low and away. Olympia comes into this game 0-2-1. They started off their season with a tie and then have lost 2 games since then. They're looking for their first W of the season. And the 1-1 pitch fouled down the right field line. Casillas is going to give chase, but it will fall harmlessly, and that'll bring the count to 1-2. Of course, Olympia and Mahomet, former Corn Belt Conference rivals, but ever since that realignment back in, I believe it was 2016, 2017, they have found themselves separated. Bulldogs will start conference play this weekend, this Saturday, in fact, against the Lincoln Railers. They will host Lincoln Railers this Saturday for a doubleheader. You can catch it right here on Bulldog TV. Lager shades Hodgson to hit it the other way out there in center. He was late on that last fastball. The 1-2 pitch headed home. Curveball misses just outside. That evens it up at 2-2. It'll be Mchale, Carter Johnson, and Blake Walters due up to hit for the Bulldogs in their half of the first. As Zach Corson getting his first start of the season. The 2-2 pitch swung on and missed. Hodgson goes down swinging. The first strikeout for Zach Corson. He's off to a good start in this one, and it's going to be Josh DeVore. It's going to be really tough for balls to be put in play sharply again with just this cold weather. Any balls in on the hands are going to be tough, especially with these aluminum bats. Corson works out of the windup. Kicks and fires. Off-speed delivery. In there for a strike. Got the outside corner. 0-1. Brian Bajer out there in the dugout giving the signs to Braden Smith, the catcher. Bajer, the assistant coach under Nick DiFilippo. As the 0-1 pitch in there for a strike. The heater upstairs got the call. And Corson is quickly ahead, 0-2. He's working ahead of batters here in the first. And he is one strike away from getting his offense up to the dish. He works out on the windup. And steps off. Looks for another sign from Braden Smith. Again, it'll be Mchale, Johnson, and Walters due up in the bottom of the first. Bulldog offense looking to get off to a strong start. Josh DeVore waggles the bat, and the 0-2 pitch. Off speed, misses upstairs. Just didn't get enough bite on that one. Smith couldn't bring it down enough, and now it'll be 1-2. The pitcher, Cole Kindred, for Olympia is on deck should DeVore be able to extend the inning. Kindred, one of two Kindreds in the lineup today. Cole pitching today, and Alex Kindred playing second base. As the next home from Corson, the 1-2. Chopped on the ground to the right side. That's going to be a foul ball. Carter Johnson gives chase, but the count will remain 1-2. Bulldog softball scheduled for tomorrow has already been pushed back. Just the weather not looking very good. We're supposed to get rain a lot tomorrow, so the one thing that could make this freezing, cold, windy day worse is rain. And the next 1-2 pitch headed home. In the dirt, gets through Smith to the backstop. Going to even up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. DeVore does a good job not chasing the breaking ball. Corson is ready again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Infield plays straight away. Lager plays him to hit it the other way in center. The 2-2 pitch swung on and missed. Corson took something off, gets 2 strikeouts in the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the first inning. No score.
3 up and 3 down for Mchale.
Back for the bottom of the first here at Mahomet-Seymour Baseball Field is going to be Alex Mchale leading things off for the Bulldogs, getting a shot at the leadoff spot. He's off to a good start to this season. 5 hits in 11 tries for Mchale, a batting average of .455. He's also scored 6 runs on the season, playing second base today. He rips the first one into left field. That's going to be fair, and that's going to go for extra bases. Mchale's going to round first and head to second base. He's going to get in standing up. Alex Mchale rips the first pitch into the left field corner, and the Bulldogs already have a man in scoring position. That's a great start to the day. Cole Kindred tried to sneak a first pitch fastball by him, and he was not able to do it. The 6th hit of the year for Alex Mchale. That's going to be his 3rd double. And that is a runner in scoring position for Carter Johnson. Johnson, 4 hits in 14 tries so far this season. 3 singles and a double, as that pitch in there on the inside part for a strike. Johnson playing first base today. It's Cole Kindred pitching to Drew O'Donnell, the battery for Olympia today. He looks back at Mchale. The 0-1 pitch laced into right field. That is going to be down and fair. Mchale being waved around. They're going to try and score him. The throw is cut off. Throw to the plate, not in time. He's going to get through, and there's going to be a runner advancement. Looking like the Olympia relay a little bit slow. Mchale was running the whole way. Scores from second. Carter Johnson with an RBI single. That's going to bring Blake Walters to the plate with, again, a man in scoring position.
This game is starting off promising for the Bulldogs.
Yes, it is indeed. Walters, the senior, DHing today, has 7 hits in 12 attempts, a .583 batting average so far this season. He has 1 home run. He's knocked in 4 and has scored 9 times. Walters batting from the right side of the plate. Carter Johnson leads off of second. And the first pitch home is a breaking ball. Never broke. Way upstairs. 1-0. Around the infield for Olympia, it's going to be Josh DeVore over there at third base. Adam Schwartzendruber at shortstop. Alex Kindred at second. And Elijah Smith at first base. Johnson leads off of second. The 1-0 pitch home to Walters is up and in. 2-0. In the outfield, it's going to be Riley Mcallister in left, Edwin Hodgson in center, and Gunnar Wilson over there in right field. They play Hodgson very deep. The wind is blowing out to left field today. If Hodgson can get one up in the air, watch out. The 2-0 pitch over on the outside corner. Got the call. 2-1, like you're saying, Gage. Big outside corner to start off the game today. Johnson going to get a look from Kindred. Kindred will get back on the rubber. He is held on over there at second by Alex Kindred. Cole Kindred on the bump. Alex Kindred over there at second. The 2-1 pitch home to Walters. In the dirt. There's going to be an advancement. The throw down to third. Not in time. Good heads-up play by Carter Johnson. Went right when the ball went in the dirt. Drew O'Donnell behind the dish. Kept it in front nicely. He put a strong throw, but Johnson was in there. And now Walters with a 3-1 count has a man just 90 feet away. Walters has walked 3 times already this season, an OBP of .667 for the senior outfielder headed to Purdue. We'll likely see him on the bump this weekend when the Bulldogs take on Lincoln. Kindred works out of the stretch and loses him. Walters works a walk. The Bulldogs have runners on the corners for their cleanup man, Mateo Casillas. Casillas wearing number 30, bats from the left side of the plate, 6 for 14 on the season. Excuse me, make that 2 for 6 on the season. He has been hit by a lot of pitches this season.
He is the ball magnet.
Yeah, I'm seeing that right now as he's been hit by 6 pitches. An OBP of .714 for Mateo Casillas to start off the season. That's an insane amount as Kindred's first pitch misses inside. Walters over there at first takes a big lead. He's not going, and the next pitch is in the dirt. Walters is going to advance to second base, but Johnson going to be kept there at third. O'Donnell keeps the run from scoring, and now it's 2-0 on Mateo Casillas. Walters does have 2 stolen bases on the season, as now it'll be O'Donnell out to talk to Kindred, and Mateo Casillas will head down to third base and have a discussion with his third base coach, Nick DiFilippo. O'Donnell back behind the plate, and Casillas will dig in. A favorable count for the left-handed power hitter. He does have 1 home run on the season, 1 run driven in. He's also scored 5 runs. He's got 2 in scoring position here. The 2-0 pitch takes a fastball right down the middle. 2 balls and 1 strike. The shortstop, Braden Houchin, will be on deck. Nobody out for the Bulldogs as Casillas back in. The 2-1 pitch, way inside in the dirt. O'Donnell blocks it again. He is getting a workout back there behind the dish, and the count is 3-1. An Alex Mchale double, a Carter Johnson single, and a Blake Walters walk are where we stand right now, as Casillas is way ahead in the count, 3-1. Cole Kindred gonna have to come to him here. Working out of the stretch, he's set, he kicks, he deals, misses inside. Casillas works a walk, and it's gonna be Braden Houchin. That on-base percentage continues to go up, and he was almost a ball magnet on that one, Gage. He had to get out of the way of it.
That's going to hurt when he gets hit. It's super cold out.
On a day like today, that is not something you want, a baseball right in the thigh. So Braden Houchin steps in with the sacks packed of Bulldogs. He is 3 for 7 on the young season, 429 batting average. He's knocked in 5, looking to add to that total here as the first pitch fastball misses up. Houchin has walked 6 times so far this season to lead the team. He's got an OBP of 692. Again, we were saying the Bulldogs scoring upwards of 15, 16, 17 runs a game in their first 3 games of the season. So it makes sense that a lot of these guys have really impressive offensive stats to start the year, as Kindred has fallen behind Houchin 2-0. And the next home to him, that one's in there for a strike, 2-1. Everyone out there on the field wearing the long sleeves. We're wearing long sleeves up here. Kind of wish we were in a press box right about now. As the 2-1 pitch upstairs, that one's going to get through O'Donnell, and a run is going to score. Bulldogs are going to move up in every angle, and now it's a 3-1 count on Houchin with runners on second and third. Johnson comes in to score. Now it'll be Walters on third and Casillas over there at first. Casillas over there at second, excuse me. Kindred trying to avoid his 3rd consecutive walk, and he's not going to do it. The bases are loaded again. Houchin reaches base, and Kindred just cannot find the strikeout right now. 2 base hits and 3 walks in the inning. Still nobody out, and that's going to bring in the big left-handed hitting left fielder, Carter Selk. Selk, 3 hits and 9 tries so far this season. He's knocked in 5, has an opportunity for more as that one misses up and away. He scored 3 runs on the season and walked 4 times. As Kindred looks in for the sign, the right-handed thrower. In the dirt, O'Donnell blocks it. Walters going to try and score, and he will. Standing up, Bulldogs advance again. Walters comes in, and now it is second and third, 2 balls and no strikes. This one getting out of control quickly for Olympia, as Kindred just cannot find the strike zone. He's walked 3 consecutive batters and has fallen behind 2-0 on Carter Selk. The Bulldogs have been hitting well when they get strikes, as Mchale and Johnson both have base hits, but no one else has seen anything to hit, as the 2-0 pitch is in the dirt. 3-0. First base now open, as Olympia is already sending someone down to the bullpen to quickly get warm, as again Cole Kindred just cannot find the strike zone right now, looking to avoid his 4th consecutive walk. As the 3-0 pitch, Selk was swinging and rips the line drive right at the second baseman. That's going to be Alex Kindred who puts it away. Selk lined it on the nose, but right at the second baseman for the first out of the inning. Going to bring in the third baseman, Chase Wagers. Alex Kindred with a nice defensive play there. Selk hit it really hard. If he hits it anywhere else, that's likely 2 RBIs. Going to bring in Chase Wagers, who watches the first one in there for a strike. Wagers wears number 7. Tough start for the year offensively for him. Just 1 for 8 on the season, a 125 batting average, 3 walks on the year. As that one misses way upstairs, 1-1. Wagers has knocked in 2. A base hit here could double that and really be a nice confidence booster to the senior third baseman. As Kindred going to step off and get another sign from Drew O'Donnell. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 due up for Olympia in the top of the second with the pitcher Cole Kindred leading things off. But right now Olympia a long way from there as the 1-1 pitch over on the outside corner. Good spot from Cole Kindred, and the count is now 1-2. The wind continues to gale again. It's going straight out to left field. Any ball in the air is in trouble. As the next home to Wagers in the dirt. Fantastic block by Drew O'Donnell. That looked like a slider that had no chance whatsoever. O'Donnell threw his body over there beautifully, kept it in front, and kept any Bulldogs from advancing. As Kindred's going to look in for the sign. He's set, the 2-2, up the middle. That's going to get under the glove of Kindred. Slowly trickles, going to be stopped in shallow center field, and 2 runs are going to score. Chase Wagers with a seeing eye single that just died behind the second base bag. 2 Bulldogs come in to score, and Chase Wagers has doubled his RBI count for the season, and the Bulldogs lead 5-0.
At the plate, the catcher, Braden Smith.
Mateo Casillas and Braden Hodgson come around to score. Wagers knocks in 2, and now he's on first with 1 out. It's going to be the catcher, Braden Smith, stepping in. He's 4 for 6 on the young season with a 667 on base batting average, to go along with 3 walks and an 800 on base percentage. These Bulldogs are getting on base at a high clip. Smith hits in the 8th spot in the order. 9-hitter Lager is on deck, and then Alex Mchale has the potential to bat around here in the first as Kindred's first delivery way low. Not a lot going right for Olympia right now, but if Drew O'Donnell was not as sound behind the dish as he has been, it could have been a lot worse. As the 1-0 pitch is blown past Smith, 1-1. O'Donnell has been keeping the Bulldogs honest on the base paths. Not a lot of balls have been getting through him, and he's been blocking a whole lot as Kindred's going to give a check on the runner. Wagers back safely. That's Elijah Smith over there at first base holding him on. Kindred back set, and the 1-1 pitch way upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. The 1 out in the inning, courtesy of a Carter Selk line drive to second base, as it has been all Bulldogs here in the first. Kindred set again, and the 2-1 delivery. Chopped foul. Looks like that one just stopped right at home plate. Looked like it might have been hit off of either Smith himself or the catcher O'Donnell, and the count's going to be 2-2. Kindred looking to get the second out of the inning and the game. As the 2-2 pitch. Thought about chasing, but he did not. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Wagers leads at first. As the 3-2 delivery in the shallow center field. That one's going to be trouble. That one's going to get down for a base hit. Good rip from Braden Smith, protecting with 2 strikes. The Bulldogs will have runners on first and second now for Jaden Lager. It's going to bring in the 9-hitter. Braden Smith with the good 2-strike hitting. And now the Bulldogs almost assuredly going to hit around here in the first inning. And that's going to cause a visit to the mound from Olympia head coach, as nothing has been going right at all for Cole Kindred in this inning.
The Bulldogs are going to be loving all the mistakes and.
Yeah, they've Kindred has been very erratic, but when they put it in the strike zone, the Bulldogs have been hitting it really, really well.
Yes.
3 base hits, strike that, make that 4 base hits already in the game for the Bulldogs. Alex Mchale, Carter Johnson, Chase Wagers, and Braden Smith, all with base knocks. Blake Walters, Mateo Casillas, and Braden Hodgson have all reached via a walk. And now it's Jaden Lager looking to do a little bit of damage himself. Again, Lager Batting ninth, playing center field today. Usually Blake Walters, the center fielder for the Bulldogs, but he is DHing in the 3 spot today. As now it will be Kindred still working, but down there in the bullpen, Olympia definitely getting someone loose. It's going to be Wagers leading off of first. Braden Smith Wagers on second. Braden Smith leading off of first. And the first pitch by two-legger, I should say, is taken upstairs for a ball. Jaden Lager, 3 hits in 8 tries so far this season, 375 batting average. He's been hit by a pitch, as that one is in there for a strike. Alex Mchale waits on deck. His second at bat of the inning, and the 1-1 pitch gets the call again. 1-2. That one looked a little up and away, but got the benefit of the call, and Cole Kindred is out in front now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bulldogs lead off of first and second. The 1-2 pitch to Lager. Way upstairs, 2-2. They play straight away, infield and outfield. Wind is blowing out heavily if you're just joining us. The 2-2 pitch is about to set home. Jaden Lager misses way outside. 3-2. Again, 3 walks in the inning already for Cole Kindred as he is looking to get outs in any way possible. He could be 1 pitch away with a ground ball. We'll see if the Bulldogs want to start the runners. The 3-2 pitch, they're not going. Got him on the outside corner. Kindred paints the fastball. Nice pitch for the second out of the inning, and it's going to be back to Alex Mchale.
Brings up the leadoff man, Alex Mchale.
Mchale hitting for the second time this inning alone. Not often you get to say that. He doubled on the first pitch he saw to start off this game. Came around to score on the Carter Johnson RBI single. He goes after the first pitch again, chops it to shortstop. It's going to be Schwartz and Druber. Charges, bobbles, and has no play. Alex Mchale going to reach on the E6 from Adam Schwartz and Druber, and that's going to bring in Carter Johnson with the bags still packed. He had an RBI single and came around to score a run himself his last time up. Now Wagers at third. It's going to be Braden Smith at second, and now Alex Mchale at first. And Carter Johnson goes after the first pitch, comes up empty, 0-1. Kindred is set. Base is loaded. He works out of the stretch, and the 0-1 pitch way up and in. Johnson backs out of the way of that one, and it's 1-1. Gage, that is not a pitch you want to get anywhere near you.
Nope, not at all. It's going to be really scary coming at you, especially in the cold. It's going to hurt like 10 times worse.
I agree. Johnson with good reflexes to get out of the way of that one. So the next home to him upstairs. Kindred missing up a little bit in this at bat. And now the count is 2-1 with 2 outs. Blake Walters waits on deck. It's going to be 4, 5, and 6 due up for Olympia in their half of the second. As the 2-1 pitch, Johnson sends a high fly ball in a shallow center field. Houchin goes out, but it's going to be the shortstop, Adam Schwarzenegger, to put it away and finally end this inning for the Olympia Spartans. 4 hits, 3 walks, and an error for the Bulldogs in the inning, and they put up 5. We're heading to the top of the second inning here on Bulldog TV. Back here for the top of the second inning here at Mahomet-Seymour Baseball Field on Bulldog TV. I'm Ben Greenberger. He is Gage Edelman as the Bulldogs have jumped out to a 5-run lead. Zach Corson going to take the bump again after an impressive first inning. He struck out 2 in the top of the first. He faces his pitching counterpart, Cole Kindred, here to lead things off and misses upstairs on the first delivery. It's going to be Kindred, Drew O'Donnell, and Alex Kindred. 2 different Kindred boys getting an at-bat here in this inning for Olympia as a right-hander continues to warm up down in their bullpen. Corson works out of the windup, and the 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike, 1-1. Bulldogs sent 11 men to the plate in that bottom of the first, pushing 5 runs across. As the 1-1 pitch, slider misses, gets all the way to the screen, 2-1. Good bite on that breaking ball from Corson, but just started outside and kept going. Not a pitch that was very difficult for Cole Kindred to take. As he's going to step out and call time, Corson working out of the windup. He's got Wagers, Hodgson, Mchale, and Carter Johnson behind him defensively. He's working with Braden Smith, his catcher, and the 2-1 delivery. In there for a strike. Good fastball from Corson, and is now 2-2. Bulldogs play again this weekend, a doubleheader against the Lincoln Railers to open up Apollo Conference play. The Bulldogs looking to push for an Apollo Conference championship this season. As the 2-2 pitch, Kindred chops on the ground at first. It's going to be Carter Johnson, who's able to take it on a couple of hops. Takes it himself, 3 unassisted for the first out of the inning. Going to bring in the catcher, Drew O'Donnell. We were talking back in that first inning, O'Donnell, one of the few bright spots for Olympia, especially defensively. He was blocking a lot of pitches in the dirt, throwing his body on the line to do so, as now he'll get a chance to try and do something offensively. Back in the first man grounded out, and then Corson came back to strike out the next 2, as he will try and replicate those results. Good start there, a fastball painted on the outside corner, 0-1. They play shallow in the outfield, straight up all around. It's Casillas in right, Lager in center, and Carter Selk out there in left. And the 0-1 pitch home from Corson. Breaking ball in the dirt. Smith kept it in the circle, and it's going to be 1-1. Bulldogs coming off of their first loss of the season last night. A long trip out to Teutopolis. The T-Town Wooden Shoes beat them by a final score of 1-0. That 1 run being pushed across in the 6th inning. A pitcher's duel if there ever was one. The Bulldog bats unfortunately kept silent as the nice breaking ball from Corson buckles the knees and is in there for a strike. 1-2. Teutopolis defeating the Bulldogs 1-0. A little bit of an uncharacteristic offensive day for the Mahomet-Seymour team, as they had been putting up runs like no one's ever seen before. The 1-2 pitch chopped on the ground to second base. It's going to be Mchale. Fields in on a couple of hops. Over to Carter Johnson. 4-3 on the putout. And that's going to be 2 quick ground outs for Zach Corson. Going to bring in the second baseman, Alex Kindred.
The Bulldogs got to be loving this.
They do. They want to get in and out of here as quick as physically possible. And that is a good start for them. Kindred playing second base today, made a nice play on a line drive from Carter Selk. The first out back in the first inning. And the first pitch home to him in the dirt, but got the swing anyway. I think that kind of shows you just how good the bite on that breaking ball was from Zach Corson, as it got all the way back to the screen, but it was a strike anyway based on the swing. Fooled him. First pitch breaking ball shows a lot of confidence there from Corson. Good pitch, and it's 0-1. We'll see if Kindred is back out. Cole Kindred, I should say, is back out to pitch the second. Another breaking ball in there for a strike. Corson goes curveball, and is quickly ahead, 0-2. Has Alex Kindred, the second baseman, in knots. It'll be Walters, Casillas, and Hodgson, 3, 4, and 5, due up for the Bulldogs in their half of the second. As Corson gets the sign in, and the 0-2 pitch. Fastball upstairs, missed, 1-2. That's a good pitch, though. change the eye level of the hitters. You showed him 2 breaking balls, go with the fastball upstairs. Now Kindred just isn't sure what he's going to see. A lot of opportunity here for Corson. A lot of options as he's still way ahead in the count. He's out of the windup. He has the sign and the next one. Breaking ball again. Good block by Smith. No bite this time from Alex Kindred. And the count is 2-2. Nobody on, 2 outs, 2 ground outs already in this inning. Corson in the second inning of work. He's only pitched 2 innings this year coming in. He's making his first start here today. He's back on the rubber and the 2-strike delivery. Laced down the third base line, but foul. Alex Kindred was not fooled by that one, just a little out in front, and the count will remain 2-2. Wagers down there at third base, and Carter Selk out there in left. They both just backed up a little bit, seeing how Kindred was out in front of that fastball. Wouldn't be surprised if Corson goes back to the breaking ball here. The 2-2 pitch. He did go breaking ball, but Kindred laid off of it. He's working a really good at bat right now, all the way back to full, and Corson in danger of giving up his first base runner here in the game. We saw Blake Walters go an entire game without giving up a base runner a couple days ago. Corson going to try and replicate some of that success. As the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Corson comes back to get him, and that is going to be the 3rd out of the inning. Bulldogs get through another inning scoreless. 3 up and 3 down. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 coming out for Mahomet as they lead 5-0. Back here for the bottom of the second inning, going to be Blake Walters getting his second shot at things. He walked and came around to score back in the 5-run first for the Bulldogs. Cole Kindred's day is done. We're still waiting on word of who the new Olympia pitcher is. Kindred ends his day with 5 earned runs, 4 hits allowed, 3 walks, as Walters is going to watch that first pitch miss inside for a ball. Walters upping that on-base percentage back in the first. Already came in at .667. He's hitting .583. Has a home run and 4 RBIs on the season. That one misses inside, 2-0. As the Olympia defensive changes don't seem to be too extreme. Cole Kindred, I believe, has been removed from the game. So the 2-0 pitch is in there for a strike. Blake Walters watches that one go by.
Here's the windup.
as he thought about offering it the 2-1 fastball, let it go, and it's for a ball. 3 balls and 1 strike now. Walters looking to reach base for the second time. You know, he'd love to take a hack at something here with the wind blowing out so much.
Definitely.
As the 3-1 pitch, he does take a hack, fouls it back to the screen, and the count is full, 3-2. Mateo Casillas and Braden Houchin all set to hit this inning. All walked back in the first. It was 3 consecutive batters that Cole Kindred fell behind and ended up walking. All 3 of those batters came around the score. As the 3-2 pitch swung on and missed. Walters chased a fastball and goes down swinging. 1 out is going to bring in Mateo Casillas. Good pitch there on the outside corner.
This is definitely what Olympia wants to see right now.
Yeah, definitely. They want to gain a little bit of momentum in this game. Through 2 innings, they have yet to see a base runner, while Mahomet sent 11 guys to the plate in the first, so they would love a little bit of momentum themselves. Mateo Casillas walked and scored, as we already said, back in the first. He watches the first pitch fastball miss upstairs for a ball. Casillas, 3-sport athlete, plays football. He wrestles, was a state placement wrestler, and also is the power-hitting right fielder for the Bulldogs. That pitch misses low and away, 2-0. Casillas bats from the left side of the plate. Bats with an even stance, waggles the bat, wears number 30, and the next pitch home to him. Ripped into right field. That's going to be a base hit into the right center field gap. It's Edwin Hodgson who goes over to cut it off, holds Casillas to a single with a throwback into the infield, but nice rip from Casillas has him on base for the second time. It's going to bring in Braden Houchin. Mateo Casillas with 1 stolen base on the season. He has yet to be caught, so we'll see if the Bulldogs want to try and advance into scoring position. Houchin, the shortstop, has already made 1 putout defensively in this game. Casillas not going. The ball's chopped back to the mound. Pitcher bobbles it. His only play is to first, and Houchin is out 1-3 on the putout.
Lost his hat there.
Yeah, that one was a crazy play. If he'd been able to field it cleanly, he might have had a shot at a double play. But as it is, he bobbled it. His only play was to first. Casillas moves into scoring position, and it's going to be Carter Selk up with 2 outs. Selk lined out to second base his last time up. He put a really good swing on it, but just right at the second baseman, as he also bats from the left side, also with an even stance, very similar to Mateo Casillas. The first pitch, breaking ball, chopped on the ground to first. That is going to be a foul ball. It was Elijah Smith over there to try and field it, but it goes just to the right of the bag and will be 0-1. Casillas dancing over there at second base, trying to get a little distraction of the pitcher. He's held on by the shortstop, Swartzen Druber. Selk hits it high in the air, deep to left field. That one's back to the track, back to the wall. See you later! Home run, Carter Selk. We said the wind is blowing out to left field, and he showed it there. Just a high fly ball, got up into the wind, and that ball is out of here. Carter Selk goes deep, his 2nd home run of the season, RBIs number 6 and 7, and the Bulldogs lead 7-0. Not taking anything away from Carter Selk here. That ball was hit very well, but it just seemed to be a high, lazy fly ball that just kept on going. That's what we're talking about with the wind today. You get a ball up in the air, and there's no telling what it'll do. As now it'll be Chase Wagers, the third baseman. He singled in 2 runs his first time up as he fouls it back to the screen, and it's quickly 0-1.
Wind's definitely in effect.
Oh, for sure. That ball was heavily affected by the wind. I'm not sure if that ball gets out of here on any other day, but Carter Selk is not complaining. That's his 2nd home run of the season. Puts him in a team lead with 2 dingers, as the next home to Chase Wagers is a breaking ball that he lays off, and it's 1-1. Bulldogs now with 6 hits in the ball game. Another Olympia right-hander is now getting loose in the bullpen, and the 1-0 pitch. Fastball, make that a 1-2 count, I should say. That one was 1-1. The scoreboard's a little behind here. As the count is 1-2 on Chase Wagers, he's looking to get his second base hit of the game. Olympia looking to get out of the inning without any further damage. Out of the windup, the next pitch. High in the air down the right field line, but that one's going to go foul over towards the Olympia bullpen. It's going to fall harmlessly out of play, and the count remains 1-2.
You'd think the wind would have pushed the ball back in.
With how strong we're seeing it blowing, I'm surprised that ball wasn't a home run too, just out the left field. It'll be 7, 8, and 9 due up for Olympia in their top of the third inning. Elijah Smith, Riley Mcallister, and Gunnar Wilson. As the 1-2 pitch, got him looking on the outside corner. Nice pitch, K's up Chase Wagers, but not before Carter Selk does the damage. A 2-run dinger out the left, and the Bulldogs lead 7-0 after 2. Back here for the top of the third inning, Zach Corson out for his third inning of work. He has worked very efficiently in the first 2, 3 strikeouts through 2, has yet to allow a base runner. Lots of weak contact on the ground facing Zach Corson, as it'll be 7, 8, and 9. The third baseman, Elijah Smith, leads us off here in the third, and he sends a high fly ball foul way back behind the Bulldog dugout.
Ryan missed another souvenir there.
Ryan, what are you doing, man? Get off your butt. I bet running around would actually feel really good right now. I think a lot of people would appreciate it. We might be doing laps back here, which even with the headsets on. As Corson looks in for the sign. He's got it, and the 0-1 pitch. Strike on the outside corner. Good spot there from the right-hander, and he's quickly ahead. 0-2. No changes defensively for the Bulldogs as the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Corson says good morning, good afternoon, good night. 3-pitch strikeout, his 4th of the ballgame, and that is going to be 1 out in the inning. Brings up the left fielder, Riley Mcallister. Mcallister plays left field and wears number 7. Batting from the left side. They play him to hit it the other way in center field. That's Jaden Lager. As the first pitch home misses up and away. 1-0. They play straight up in the infield. Again, just a little shaded the opposite way in center field. As the 1-0 pitch home from Zach Corson. Inside part of the plate, just off, didn't get the call. 2 balls, no strikes. If you're just joining us, Bulldogs put up 5 runs in the first, 2 in the second, and they lead the Olympia Spartans 7-0 here in the top half of the third inning. Zach Corson working on a really impressive pitching performance right now. As the 2-0 pitch misses outside, 3-0. Olympia looking for their, first base runner of the ballgame. as the windup and the next delivery misses down low. Olympia gets a 4-pitch walk. Mcallister reaches base, and they have their first base runner. Going to bring in the right fielder, Gunnar Wilson. Corson going to have to work from the stretch for the first time today. Carter Johnson going to hold over there at first base. Up the middle, Hodgson and Mchale play for the double play. A quick check on the runner. He slides back safely. Corson looks in for the sign from Braden Smith as Mcallister leads off of first. And the first pitch to Smith is a strike. Excuse me, first pitch to Gunnar Wilson to Braden Smith is in their first strike. 0-1. Top of the order, shortstop Adam Schwartzendruber waits on deck. Corson is set again out of the stretch, and the 0-1 pitch. Chopped right in front of the plate, but they're going to say that's a foul ball off of his foot, I believe, and the count is quickly going to be 0-2. We were talking earlier, Gage, those balls, anywhere they hit you on a day like today, does not feel good.
No, not at all.
Gunnar Wilson going to be shaking that one off as he's behind in the count, 0-2. Corson gets the sign again. We'll see if he wants to go breaking ball. He's been putting in the dirt a little bit, now working with a guy on first for the first time. Going to give another check on the runner. Johnson puts down the tag, but Mcallister slides back in safely. They play straight up, infield and outfield. Again, Mchale and Hodgson play for the double play. Corson with another check on the runner, the 0-2 pitch. But first, a check on Mcallister, slides back safely. First base runner allowed by Zach Corson here in the top of the third.
He's really trying to make sure he doesn't get anywhere past first.
He is. He definitely is. He would love a ground ball here. Could potentially get him out of the inning, but does not want Mcallister moving up into scoring position. As the 0-2 pitch. Chopped on the ground to third. Wagers cannot handle it. It's going to go into left field. Selk fields it on a hop. That one was hit really, really sharply. Probably going to go down as a base hit. It does indeed. A base hit on the scoreboard. That ball was scorched by Gunnar Wilson. The first hit of the ball game from Olympia. And that is going to bring the top of the order, Adam Schwartzendruber, back to the plate. He grounded out to Braden Hodgson, 6-3 over there at shortstop, his first time up. Bulldogs would love one of those ground balls here. It's going to be Hodgson holding on the runner at second. Johnson plays in front of the runner at first. We'll see if the Bulldogs anticipate any sort of bunt. As the first pitch from Corson, a bunt is shown. Schwartzendruber pulls it back and takes a strike, 0-1. It was Johnson charging over there at first base. Chase Wagers at third, staying home. The Bulldogs presumably will play for maybe the force out of the lead runner. Gunnar Wilson leads off of first. Riley Mcallister leads off of second. Held on by Braden Hodgson back there as the 0-1 pitch. Schwartzendruber doesn't show bunt, and this one takes outside for a ball, 1-1. Corson working in his longest appearance of the season, the young season, of course. Small sample size, but making his first start and impressing. Looking to get some maybe conference innings later in the season. As the 1-1 pitch. Slider in the dirt. Nice play by Braden Smith to keep it in front. He slid over beautifully. No advancement from either one of the runners, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. I'll tell you one thing. If you can feel your hands right now, you're better than me, because I haven't felt them since the first pitch. It's a cold day out here, Gage.
Very, extremely.
The wind is blowing. It doesn't really feel like baseball weather. It feels more like a football game. But nevertheless, things will warm up as the season goes along. The 2-1 pitch from Corson misses up and away. 3 balls and 1 strike to Adam Schwartzendruber. Edwin Hodgson, the center fielder, waits on deck. He struck out his last time up. Corson trying not to fall behind his second hitter of the inning. The 3-1 pitch into center field. That's going to be a base hit from Schwarzenegger. Lager comes up, firing. Throw is cut off by the first baseman, Johnson. A single. Each batter just moves up one base, and Olympia has the bases loaded with one out here in the third.
This is Olympia's chance to get runners in now to score.
It is indeed. Edwin Hodgson will come to the plate as we're going to have a meeting on the mound for Zach Corson. Doesn't look like there's much going on in the Bulldog bullpen right now, but coming into this inning, hadn't allowed a base runner. Now he's allowed 3 as Brian Bajer going to go out there and try and calm down his right-handed pitcher a little bit. A walk and 2 consecutive singles have the Olympia Spartans in business here in the top of the third. Bulldogs would love a ground ball. As the meeting continues, all the infielders in there with Bajer. The outfielders meeting in center field. Bulldogs will have 8, 9, and 1 due up in the bottom of the third. Braden Smith, Jaden Lager, and Alex Mchale. But the challenge at hand is on the base paths. Sacks packed with Spartans. And it's Edwin Hodgson stepping into the plate. Again, he struck out his first time up. One of 4 Zach Corson punch-outs in the ballgame today. Infield. They play for the double play. They play back. So presumably no play at the plate unless a ground ball back to the pitcher. As the first pitch is swung on and missed. 0-1. Hodgson just could not catch up to that inside fastball. Corson has the sign he wants, works out of the stretch with the bases loaded, and the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, nice pitch. Froze Edwin Hodgson, and the count is quickly 0-2. Corson looking for punch-out number 5 and 2 of this batter alone. It's Edwin Hodgson playing center field and batting out of the 2-hole. 3-hitter Josh DeVore waits on deck. They play for the double play on the infield, shallow, and to hit the opposite way in the outfield. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt. Good block by Smith, and it's 1-2. Still nothing doing in the Bulldog bullpen as they would love to just keep putting zeros up on the board. Maybe scratch another runs across and get out of here with a mercy rule victory. As the 1-2 pitch, chopped on the ground to shortstop is going to be Hodgson. His only plays across to first. The throw is low, and he is safe at first base. An infield single, and a run comes in to score as Olympia pushes their first run across. The score is now 7-1. As we will await official scoring on that play. Just a soft hit ground ball. Hodgson just put it where it needed to go. The bases are still loaded now for the 3-hitter, Josh DeVore. It was Riley Mcallister who came around to score. And the first pitch, breaking ball, misses inside. 1-0. Looks like that is just going to go down as an infield base hit. So an RBI for Hodgson. The first of the day for Olympia, and DeVore is at the dish. He struck out his first time up. Corson going to step off. His offense has done a great job getting him a lot of run support, but he's running into a little trouble here in the top of the third. We're having to work through it. Infield would love a sharply hit ground ball. Get out of this inning. As the 1-0 pitch fouled back to the screen. 1-1. It's Gunnar Wilson over there at first. Adam Schwarzenegger on second base. And Edwin Hodgson at first. As the bases are loaded with Spartans. Wagers, Hodgson, Alex Mchale, and Carter Johnson on the infield for the Bulldogs. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out to Josh DeVore. And the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, thought about a swing, held back, good eye by DeVore, and the count is now 2-1. As now stretching ensues down there in the Bulldog bullpen. No real action yet, but just a little bit of stretching, getting a little bit loose. As Corson running into a little bit of trouble. The 2-1 pitch. Strike in there on the inside part of the plate. Nice pitch. And the count is now 2-2. Corson started off this inning well with a punch out of Elijah Smith, but it's been 4 consecutive base runners since then. A walk, 3 singles has Olympia in this position. Bases loaded with Josh DeVore at the plate. And the 2-2 pitch. Misses just a little bit low. The count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded with 1 out here in the third. Bulldogs outscoring Olympia 7-1, out hitting Olympia 6-2. Excuse me, make that 6-3. As Corson does not want to walk in a run here. He has the sign he wants from Braden Smith. And the 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Great pitch from Zach Corson. Josh DeVore is sat down for the 2nd time today. And that's going to bring up Cole Kindred. Kindred started this game on the bump for Olympia. Got shelled and only lasted 1 inning. He grounded out to Carter Johnson, 3 unassisted his first time up. As with 2 outs, the Bulldog infielders play back. They got a force out anywhere. And the first pitch home from Corson. In the right field, that's going to get down and be trouble. Casillas plays it on a hop. 1 run is in. The throw to the plate is cut off. And the Olympia Spartans bring 2 runs around with 2 outs. The score is now 7-3 after the 2-out base hit by Cole Kindred. Gunnar Wilson and Schwartzendruber come in to score. Edwin Hodgson goes all the way around to third. And the runners are at the corners now for the catcher, Drew O'Donnell. Good piece of hitting there by Kindred. Just took a fastball the other way. Casillas bobbled it a little bit, ended up having no play at the plate. As now the force for the Bulldogs only at first and second base. The next pitch, home from Corson. Breaking ball. Got the call on the outside corner. 0-1. Good bite there. One thing about Corson in this outing today, he's got a breaking ball with a lot of movement on it, but he hasn't been able to locate it necessarily for strikes. It sometimes will start in the strike zone and then dip away, but it's been easier for hitters to take. That was a good pitch there that started up in the zone, ended down in the zone, and he got the call for the first strike. A check on the runner over at first. Kindred slides back in safely. Corson looks in for the sign. He has the one he wants. Drew O'Donnell grounded out to Alex Mchale at second his first time up. The 0-1 pitch just misses low and in. Smith behind the dish wanted that call, and the count is now 1-1. Now action in the Bulldog bullpen. They've moved from stretching to throwing, so we'll see how long the leash is for Corson here, as he's already allowed 3 in this inning and 2 more runners on base. The 1-1 pitch, breaking ball. They appeal, but they say he went around. Looked like Braden Smith behind the plate was ready to appeal that one, but the home plate umpire just went ahead and called it. 1-2 pitch coming home now. Great breaking ball from Corson again, and Drew O'Donnell is going to have to battle with 2 strikes, as both Adam Schwartzendruber and Cole Kindred have already done in this inning. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball misses in. Braden Smith blocks it. The runner's going to try and advance the second. Hodgson bobbles the throw. It's going to go into center, and another run is going to come in to score. Unfortunate there for the Bulldogs. Smith with a nice play behind the plate to keep it in front. Kindred, it was going to advance to second. The throw down was in time. Kindred was actually stopping. He wasn't even going to try and make it to second. He was going to try and get to a rundown to allow the runner to score. But the throw was bobbled, went into center field, and the run scores, and the Bulldogs do not record an out. It's going to go down as an error on Hodgson, and now it's 2-2 with a runner in scoring position. The 2-2 pitch is chopped back to the mound. Corson hops off. The throw over to first is in time and gets into right field. The out is not made. Olympia's going to advance to second base, and this is falling apart for the Bulldogs. The 5th run of the inning comes around the score, and Olympia has the tying run at the plate. That one's going to go down as an E over there at first base. Couldn't quite see what happened. The dugout's in the way, but the throw went up the line and into right field. The error allows another run in to score, and Olympia is still hitting here in this top of the third.
Olympia closing up that lead from the Bulldogs.
Kindred came in to score. Now it's going to be Alex Kindred, the second baseman, He struck out swinging to end the last inning. Olympia with 5 runs here in the top of the third. A fantastic answer. The Bulldogs put up 5 in the first and 2 in the second, but now find themselves in a very tight ball game. 2 errors in the inning for Mahomet, 4 Olympia hits. As time is called from behind the plate, and Alex Kindred's going to step out and have to do it again. Bulldogs will have 8-9-1 due up in the bottom of the third. They're looking to extend the lead that just got a lot smaller. The first pitch is in there for a strike. Good first pitch fastball by Zach Corson. Probably won't see a lot of the Bulldogs' top arms in the game today, as they do have their first conference matchup this Saturday with Lincoln, as the breaking ball is in the dirt, blocked by Smith. No advancement on the play. Likely Nick DiFilippo going to let some of his guys who don't get a lot of innings maybe see some time on the bump here today. Drew O'Donnell with a good lead over there at second base. He's held on by Hodgson. Corson gives him a second look, and the 1-1 pitch got the outside corner. Good spot there from Zach Corson, and it's now 1-2 as he once again has a chance to get out of this inning. This inning that has been a nightmare for the Bulldogs. 5 runs already across, a man on second. If he's able to get this punch out, it actually will be a strikeout of the side for Zach Corson, but just a lot of bad things sprinkled in between. The 1-2 pitch got him looking. Corson strikes out 3 in the inning. He's up to 6 on the day, but Olympia pushes 5 runs across, and we've got a brand new ball game headed to the bottom of the third inning. Bulldogs lead 7-5. Back here for the bottom of the third, as it'll be the catcher Braden Smith leading things off, as we've got a tight ball game on our hands now. Olympia with 5 runs there in the top of the third. Bulldogs were looking to run away with things, but now it's about just maintaining a lead, as the first pitch to Smith is up and in. New Olympia pitcher on the bump. Still awaiting word as to who that will be. That last inning for Corson, 4 hits, 1 walk, 5 runs, 3 of them earned, to push this to a 2-run ball game, as the next pitch to Smith is taken for a strike. 1-1. Braden Smith, Jaden Lager, and Alex Mchale due up for the Bulldogs. Smith with a single his last time up. He was eventually stranded to end the first. Next pitch home to him is sent high in the air. Shallow center field. It's going to be Hodgson going out. It's going to be Schwartzendruber, the shortstop, coming all the way across and making the catch on the second base side. Good range there by the Olympia shortstop. And that's the first out of the inning. Brings in Jaden Lager, the center fielder. Olympia. Looks like they're just going to go with maybe a string of relievers in the ball game today. As the first pitch home to Lager is way outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Another reliever getting loose down there for Olympia. Looks like it might be a lefty this time. As the 1-0 pitch, Lager sends it high in the air and foul. Back up by us. It's going to fall
Ryan,
harmlessly.
you missed another one.
And it's going to be 1-1. As our resident souvenir catcher not doing his job here today. Smith back in the box. Bats right-handed and the 1-1 pitch. Way upstairs, 2-1. Excuse me, that's Lager. Alex Mchale on deck, and if anybody reaches, it'll be Carter Johnson. Lager looking to reach base for the first time today. Bulldogs already with 6 hits through 2 innings. And the 2-1 pitch misses up and in. 3 balls and 1 strike. Alex Mchale on deck, the 3rd Mchale to play here for the Mahomet-Seymour Bulldogs in the baseball program. Nick played years ago, Jack Mchale a couple years ago, and now Alex maintaining that family in the Bulldog infield as Lager works a walk, and it will be Mchale coming to the plate. Wearing number 14, he's reached base twice today. A double in the first pitch he saw in the first, and then he reached on an error by the shortstop Schwarzenberger. He reached base twice in the first inning alone. Up to the plate for the 3rd time. Lager leads off of first. And the first pitch home to Mchale. He goes after it, sends it into right field. That one's going to get down for a hit. Lager's going to be waved around. He's going to go to 3rd. The throw is cut off. No throw. Mchale reaches base for the 3rd time today. He's got a single and a double, and the Bulldogs have runners on the corners for Carter Johnson. Looked like Lager was holding up there over by second base. Wasn't picking up Nick DiFilippo, who was waving him around the entire time. Good piece of hitting by Mchale. He's gone after the first pitch he saw in all 3 at-bats so far today. As Carter Johnson now bats, he singled in a run in the first, eventually came around to score, and then popped out to shortstop. As a check on Mchale, he dives it back in safely. Carter Johnson playing first base in the game today. Five base hits on the season in 15 tries, as that one is taken upstairs for a ball. 1-0. We'll see if Zach Corson comes out for the 4th inning after he was touched up for 5 back in the top of the 3rd, excuse me, as Mchale gets another check, and he dives back in safely again. Wind still maintaining, still strong out to left field. We've seen 1 home run in the ballgame. That was from Carter Selk. He went opposite field with it, getting up in the air out to left. As Johnson watches that one go by for a ball, 2-0. Bulldogs playing their 5th game of the season. Olympia playing their 4th. Lots of weather cancellations in the last couple of weeks. It's been cold and rainy here in Central Illinois. The 2-0 pitch. Johnson takes a big hack at a fastball and comes up empty. 2-1. He was definitely looking for a fastball to hit there. Might have chased a little bit. Definitely a pitcher's pitch. There's another check on Mchale. He dives back safely. 7 hits now in the ballgame, 7 runs for the Bulldogs. They've got 2 errors defensively. Olympia 5 runs on 3 hits and 1 error. A check, now a 3rd to 1st move. Nothing doing from the Bulldogs, as the pitcher has been paying very close attention to Alex Mchale over there at first base. He's dancing around over there. As the 2-1 pitch to Johnson sent high in the air to deep left field. That one's trouble. Back to the track. Back to the wall. See you later.
That's another home run.
A 3-run home run from the 2-hitter Carter Johnson. And the Bulldogs, after giving up 5 in the third, have stretched this back out to a 5-run ball game. Johnson says, see you later. And the score is 10-5.
Second home run from the Bulldogs today.
That one was launched out to left, gone off the bat. You could see it coming, and now Blake Walters will step in. 3 RBI for Carter Johnson. Jaden Lager and Alex Mchale both come in to score. Johnson's 2 for 3 with 4 of the 10 Bulldog runs driven in today. That was his first home run of the season. RBIs number 4, 5, and 6 here today as Blake Walters watches that first one go by for a strike. Walters has walked and come around to score. He also struck out his last time up. And the 0-1 pitch on the outside corner. Didn't like the call, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Walters, one of only 2 Bulldogs without a base hit in the ballgame today. As the 0-2 pitch home to him. That one way outside. Pitcher tried to go back to the spot he just got, but just way outside with that one. Now 1-2. Mateo Casillas waits on deck as Blake Walters now hits with nobody on after Carter Johnson cleared the bases. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Walters went upstairs and could not connect. He struck out for the second time today, and that's going to bring in Mateo Casillas with 2 outs. Casillas has reached base twice. He walked back in the first, he singled in the second, and he has scored 2 runs in the ballgame. He has scored a run in each of the first 2 innings, as the Bulldogs have put up 5, 2, and 3 on the scoreboard respectively. The high-scoring game we were anticipating with the wind blowing this strongly, and that's what we're getting. Casillas watches the first pitch go by for a strike, 0-1.
The ball magnet, back up.
Yeah, no, it's 6 hit by pitches already in the season. Only 4 games in. And today would not be one that you want to do it. He takes a big hack at a fastball and is quickly behind 0-2. Olympia will have bottom of the order 7, 8, and 9 due up after they hit around last inning. It was 7, 8, and 9 due up at the beginning of the top of the third as well. As Casillas is set for the 0-2 pitch out of the windup. Misses low and away, 1-2. Braden Houchin set to hit on deck if Casillas is able to extend the inning. Right-hander continuing to get loose for the Bulldogs down in the bullpen. It would indicate that potentially Zach Horson's day is done. The 1-2 pitch to Casillas in the dirt, a little bit inside, and the count is now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Trying to figure out who that is warming up down there for the Bulldogs. We will get word once we know. As the 2-2 pitch headed home to Mateo Casillas. He chases, he strikes out swinging. Good job by the Olympia right-hander to get out there and get the last 2 outs of the inning via strikeout. But it's Carter Johnson who does the damage, sends a 3-run home run out of here, and the Bulldogs lead 10-5 after 3. Back here for the top half of the fourth inning here at Mahomet-Seymour Baseball Field. Bulldogs have scored in all 3 innings so far. They lead 10-5. New pitcher is Evan Ruzic on the bump for the Bulldogs, and he starts off with a fastball for a strike. It's 7, 8, and 9. Elijah Smith, Riley Mcallister, and Gunnar Wilson due up for Olympia. Elijah Smith struck out swinging back in the top of the third. Olympia sent all 9 players to the plate last inning, pushing 5 runs across. As the breaking ball, wild swing from Smith. Great breaking ball from Ruzic, and he's quickly ahead, 0-2.
Sun's starting to peek out here in the 4th inning.
Miracles is what we're saying. Ruzic already with 2/3 of an inning pitched in the season so far. He hasn't given up a hit or a run, as that one is chopped just foul. Excuse me, the strikeout, I should say. Smith jumps on it and throws him out. The first strikeout for Ruzic. But the runner does reach at first. Our view was blocked a little bit. The runner does reach at first. So Smith strikes out for his second time, but is aboard, and it's going to be Riley Mcallister now. He walked and came around to score. He bats from the left side of the plate, the only lefty in the Olympia lineup, and he takes the first pitch fastball outside for a ball.
The wind's starting to pick up even more.
Yeah, it's the sun comes out, but the wind ramps up. A little bit of a trade-off as Ruzic working out of the stretch. That pitch going to run inside and hit Riley Mcallister quickly. 2 guys on. That did have to hurt. 2 guys on for Olympia to start out the top of the 4th with nobody out. It's going to be the 9-hitter Gunnar Wilson up to the plate. He singled in, came around to score back in the top of the 3rd. Carter Johnson plays in at first base. Bulldogs again anticipating the bunt. It's Braden Houchin holding on the runner at second. Ruzic is going to step off and look for a new sign. With the 9-hitter up, top of the order due up next, you definitely would expect a bunt here from Olympia. He does indeed square. It's popped up into the air and back behind the screen. Strike number 1.
Ryan misses another souvenir.
Gunnar Wilson squared that time, just a little bit late, as his bunt attempt was nowhere close to getting down, and it's 0-1. Adam Schwartzendruber is on deck. He's the leadoff hitter for Olympia. He is 1 for 2 in the ballgame. Johnson is way in over there at first base, about 6 steps inside the bag, as Ruzic checks on the runner at second. Bunt is squared again. This one is outside. Smith's going to throw behind the runner. Houchin puts the tag down. He's back safely. Looks like Elijah Smith over there at second base was getting a little bit off the bag. Smith tried to throw it behind him, just not in time. That pitch way outside. Wilson was able to pull back the bunt. The count is 1-1. Carter Johnson again creeping way in. Ruzic on the bump, works out of the stretch, and the bunt from Wilson. He pulls it back and takes a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. As now Johnson's going to back up and play behind the runner. So we'll see if Olympia wants to keep the bunt on with 2 strikes. It would be quite risky, but an easy chance for advancement now with the Bulldog infielders playing back. Ruzic is set, and the pitch, they are squaring the bunt. He offers at it and misses. A strikeout for Evan Ruzic. Exactly what the Bulldogs needed. Back to the top of the order for Adam Schwartzendruber. Wilson is retired. He's 1 for 2 on the day, and that's going to bring in Adam Schwartzendruber, who is also 1 for 2. He singled and scored back in the 5-run 3rd inning for Olympia. Right. Elijah Smith is on second. He struck out but reached on a drop third. Riley Mcallister is on first. He was hit by a pitch. Schwartzendruber did attempt to put down a bunt his last time up. It was unsuccessful, but wouldn't be surprised If Olympia tries to get some runners in scoring position, they trail by 5 as the first pitch is a breaking ball and in there for a strike. Good pitch there by Ruzic. Olympia has a left-hander getting loose out there in the bullpen. Hodgson, Selk, and Wagers due up for the Bulldogs. Righty, lefty, righty. If the left-hander does come in the next inning. Ruzic is set again from the stretch. Hodgson holds on the runner, and the 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Good fastball. Schwarzenegger was way behind there, and it's quickly 0-2. Breaking ball taken for a strike. Fastball swung and missed. As the Bulldogs would love a ground ball in this situation. Hodgson plays right by the second base bag. Mchale still plays for the double play. As Ruzic is set again, and the 0-2 pitch in the dirt. Smith doesn't know where it is, and the runners are going to move up, taking the possibility of a double play away. Not what the Bulldogs wanted there. The pitch was blocked by Smith, but it just went a little bit in front of the plate, and he did not know where it was. Both runners smart to move up there, and now Olympia has 2 men in scoring position for their leadoff hitter. Edwin Hodgson waits on deck. He's 1 for 2 in this game. Schwarzenegger has a 1-2 count, and the pitch home, chopped back to the mound, but they're going to say it was off of the batter. Foul ball is called by the base umpire. That ball was back weakly to Evan Ruzic, and they say it went off the hitter, so the count will remain 1-2. Everyone's going to reset. It may be cold, guys, but at least we don't have baseballs bouncing off of us.
That's a good point.
Ruzic in his first inning of work in relief of Zach Corson. Corson in line for the victory here today. Despite giving up 5 runs in 3 innings, 3 of those runs were earned. Olympia with 4 base hits in the ballgame today. Neither man on base right now reached via the base hit. A drop third strike and a hit by pitch. The 1-2 pitch home to Adam Schwarzenegger. Breaking ball, strike 3. Good breaking ball there from Evan Ruzic. Got him swinging. And now Olympia down to their final hope in this inning. It's the 2-hitter, Edwin Hodgson. Hodgson reached on an infield single that drove in a run his last time up. He also came around to score himself after striking out in the first inning. All these Olympia Spartans facing Evan Ruzic for the first time. Ruzic, after allowing the first 2 men to reach, has now struck out 2 consecutive hitters. He does have 3 strikeouts in the inning, but one of them did reach via the drop third strike. So Ruzic going for the incredibly elusive 4 strikeout inning, something that is very, very rarely seen. Hodgson swings through the first delivery, and now Ruzic out of the stretch will work with an 0-1 count. The next home. Foul back to the screen, 0-2. Ruzic 1 strike away from that 4 strikeout inning. They play straight up infield and outfield. Maybe a little bit shallow over there in center for Jaden Lager. But Selk out there in left plays decently deep as you would imagine. Any fly ball out to him is going to have some legs underneath it with the wind that we're seeing here today. Hodgson, Selk, and Wagers due up for the Bulldogs in the bottom of the 4th, but it's Edwin Hodgson for Olympia. The 0-2 pitch for Ruzic, breaking ball way upstairs. That breaking ball just never had a shot, and the count is 1-2. Ruzic working out of the stretch. Runners on second and third. And the 1-2 pitch. Another breaking ball. That one's shot in the left center field. Lager is over. He's under it, and he puts the squeeze. Ruzic works out of the jam. Doesn't allow any runs across. And the Bulldogs still lead by 5. We're heading to the bottom of the 4th here on Bulldog TV. 10-5, Bulldogs lead. Braden Hodgson going to lead things off here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Bulldogs lead 10-5. They put up runs in all 3 of their offensive tries so far. 5 in the first, 2 in the second, and 3 in the third. They've hit home runs in 2 straight innings, courtesy of Carter Selk and Carter Johnson. The Carters doing the damage here today as Hodgson leads us off and takes a first pitch strike on the outside corner. Hodgson has walked, came around to score in the first. He also grounded back to the pitcher in his last time up. Hodgson, Selk, and Wagers. Braden Smith, if anybody is to reach. And that pitch is way up and in. Hodgson turns out of the way, goes back to the backstop, and it's 1-1 as the sun is peeking out. It's a little bit sunny, but that doesn't mean it's warm.
Not at all. Still freezing.
Still freezing. As the 1-1 pitch home to Hodgson is ripped in the left field for a leadoff base hit in between the shortstop and third baseman. Big turn, but he's going to stop at first. His first base hit of the day, the 9th for the Bulldogs, and that is going to bring up Carter Selk. Selk had a big fly his last time up. He knocked in 2 with an opposite field dinger his last time at the dish, and he will now hit with Braden Hodgson on first. First pitch in the dirt, gets away. Hodgson going to advance. Great base running by Braden Hodgson. He was anticipating that one and got a great jump. Drew O'Donnell behind the plate did not really have much of a chance. As the 1-0 pitch misses away. 2 balls and no strikes now. They play deep in both left and right field. Gunnar Wilson out there in right, Riley Mcallister out there in left. They play deep as Edwin Hodgson in center plays pretty much straight up. Next pitch is upstairs. 3 balls and no strikes. Chase Wagers waits on deck, looking to have a couple Bulldogs on base. The 3-0 pitch. We'll see if Selk has the green light. He does, and he sends a high foul ball over the Bulldog dugout and into the parking lot. Going to take one hop and hit off of somebody's nice shiny new car, probably.
Ryan, you missed another one. Like, they really need you to, somebody probably really needed you to get that ball.
The Bulldogs are windshield hunting right now as the 3-1 pitch coming home to Carter Selk. Upstairs misses, and Selk has reached base for the second time today. Going to bring in Chase Wagers with 2 men on and nobody out. Wagers singled home 2 runs in the first inning and then struck out looking his last time up. He's playing third base in the game today. He's been the starting third baseman all season long for the Bulldogs. As the first pitch home to him, chopped on the ground toward the Bulldog dugout and foul, 0-1. He was out in front of that first pitch fastball. Over there at first base, it's Elijah Smith who plays even with the bag. Even with the bag also is Josh DeVore over there at third. As Wagers watches that one go by for a strike, he falls behind 0-2. Really doubt the Bulldogs would put on a bunt with Chase Wagers, with the 8-hitter due up next, but Olympia not ruling it out. Certainly not going to happen now in an 0-2 count, but just something to look out for as the 0-2 pitch sent into right field. It is going to be caught on a run. Nice play by Gunnar Wilson. No advancement by either one of the runners, and it is going to bring Braden Smith up to the plate. Good contact there made by Chase Wagers. Just a better play made by Gunnar Wilson. As now, looks like they're going to have maybe a meeting at the mound, but they think better of it. Braden Smith has singled and also popped out to the shortstop, Schwarzenduber. He bats in the 8th spot for Mahomet. It's Jaden Lager on deck, and then back to the top in Alex Mchale. The first pitch sent into right center field. Wilson's going to get over. He's not going to get it. It's going to take a hop. 1 run is going to come around to score. Hodgson is in. Selk goes around to third, an RBI single for Braden Smith, and the Bulldogs stretch their lead to 6. They now lead 11-5 and have runners out the corners. Great piece of hitting by Braden Smith, just going the other way with it, as he's going to get a pinch runner.
4 more points, and I think the mercy rule is in play.
Potentially. That's Jake Waldinger going over to first base. He's going to run for the catcher. Looks like we're going to have a meeting, and looks like a pitching change likely coming for Olympia. The 9-hitter Jaden Lager is due up. He has walked and struck out in the ballgame, as it will be a new pitcher. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back when play resumes. It's going to be Jaden Lager, his 3rd time at the dish, and this time he's got some RBI chances. Carter Selk is over there at third base. Jake Waldinger, who is running for Braden Smith, is over there at first. Lager walked and came around to score his last time up. He struck out looking back in the first, as an Olympia left-hander is pitching and misses inside for a ball. Top of the order, waits on deck for the Bulldogs. That's Alex Mchale. Mchale has seen a total of 3 pitches in the ballgame and reached base all 3 times. As the next pitch heading home to Jaden Lager. Swung on and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. The left-handed pitcher definitely keeping Waldinger close over there at first. Bulldogs lead 11-5. Already 1 run pushed across. They've scored in all 4 chances so far today. As the next pitch to Lager swung on and missed again. He falls behind 1 and 2. 1 out already in the inning. That was Chase Wagers, who lined out to right. Big gap out there in right center field. They play for the double play on the infield. And the 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Good block behind the dish by Drew O'Donnell. And the count is 2-2. Corson for the Bulldogs pitched 3 innings, gave up 5 runs, 3 of those earned. Evan Ruzic came in and gave up none in his 1 inning of relief. So we'll expect to see Ruzic out there for the 5th inning. As the 2-2 pitch, Waldinger runs, the strikeout is made, but Bulldogs will have 2 runners in scoring position. Lager is set down for the 2nd time tonight, and Alex Mchale will step back into the box with 2 Bulldogs in scoring position. Again, Mchale been very aggressive on the first pitch here today. He doubled on the first pitch the Bulldogs saw. He reached on an error to the shortstop, and he singled and came around to score his last time up. So we'll see if he goes after the first pitch again. He does, chases that one in the dirt, and the count is 0-1. Looks like that first pitch, he was ready to go after it no matter where it was. Carter Selk leads off of third base. Jake Waldinger leads off of second. Outfield plays very deep. A single would likely score 2 as the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed quickly. 0-2. The Olympia left-hander doing a really good job changing speeds, keeping these Bulldog hitters off balance. Carter Johnson with 3-run homer last time up. He waits on deck. Would love to get a chance with some RBI potential, but Alex Mchale is behind in the count. 0-2. with 2 outs. Bulldogs have runners on second and third. The 0-2 pitch, way up and away, 1-2. Olympia will have 3, 4, and 5. Josh DeVore, Cole Kindred, and Drew O'Donnell due up in the top of the 5th inning. Bulldogs lead 11-5. Would love to push this to an 8-run ball game. As the 1-2 pitch to Alex Mchale. Breaking ball, fouled out of play and over towards the softball field. Good battle there by the Bulldogs second baseman.
Ryan misses another souvenir.
Oh, man. It's a long list today. It's a long list. Mchale, a single and a double in the game. And the 1-2 pitch home to him. Low in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 men on base. To the Bulldog leadoff hitter. Again, Bulldogs have already scored in all 4 trips to the plate today. Only one has been pushed across in this inning, and they're going to look to add to it. The 2-2 pitch misses up and in. The count runs full. Mchale fell behind 0-2, and now it is a full count. Again, Carter Johnson waits on deck. A 3-run homer his last time up. First base is open. But after being ahead 0-2, this Olympia left-hander not going to want to lose Alex Mchale. As the full count pitch, fouled out of play again over by the softball field. This one's going to bounce and go all the way onto the field. And the count remains full. Mchale getting a shot at the leadoff spot today. He's been hitting a lot in the 2-hole for the Bulldogs. As the full count delivery once again, he chops it on the ground to third base. DeVore takes it on a hop, throws it over to first, and Olympia gets themselves out of the jam. Only 1 run pushed across for the Bulldogs. They now lead 11-5 as we are going to the 5th. Back here for the top of the 5th inning. Evan Ruzic back out for his 2nd inning of work. He's going to face 3, 4, and 5 in the Olympia order, starting with Josh DeVore, Cole Kindred, and Drew O'Donnell. Next in this inning, Alex Kindred to bat if anybody is to reach. Ruzic struck out 3 and hit a man in his only inning of work so far. Got out of a runners on second and third 2-out jam, similar to Olympia in the last inning. DeVore, tough day at the plate so far, has struck out swinging and struck out looking in his 2 tries. The 1-0 pitch is slapped into right field. That one's going to be a base hit over the head of Mchale. Casillas is going to field it on a couple of hops. Right as I say, DeVore's having a tough day. He sends a nice rope out into right field, a leadoff base hit. and that is going to bring Cole Kindred into the box. He had a 2 RBI single his last time up. The big dagger in the 5-run Olympia top of the 3rd. As Ruzic will now have to keep an eye on the runner over there. He is set, and the pitch home blocked by Smith. The runner is going to try and advance. The throw over to Hodgson, the tag, and he's out.
Yeah.
Braden Smith cuts down the runner. 2-6 on the putout. Great
Nice
defensive
job
play.
there.
Yeah, fantastic defense from behind the dish for Braden Smith. And just like that, the single for Olympia is erased. And now Ruzic will work with 1 out and nobody on. Cole Kindred 1 for 2 in the game. Again, that 2 RBI single. He also has grounded out to first, and he takes that 1-0 pitch in there for a strike. 1-1. Ruzic back to the windup. It's still Wagers, Hodgson, Mchale, and Carter Johnson on the infield. Carter Selk, Jaden Lager, and Mateo Casillas in the outfield. The 1-1 pitch, breaking ball, misses away. 2 balls and a strike. Bulldogs, if you're just joining us, have scored in every inning. They lead 11-5. They kick off conference play this weekend with a doubleheader against Lincoln, as that foul ball is sent right over our heads and into the parking lot. And the count is 2-2. The Lincoln,
That was Ryan's closest chance of getting a souvenir, and he missed it.
If there was going to be one, it was going to be that one right there.
He missed it.
The count is 2-2. The Lincoln Railers coming to town this weekend to kick off Apollo Conference play for a doubleheader this Saturday, starting at 11. The 2-2 pitch, chopped on the ground. That's going to get through in the left field for a base hit. 2 singles already in the inning for the Olympia Spartans. The second base hit in a row for Cole Kindred, and that's going to bring Drew O'Donnell into the box. Drew O'Donnell grounded out to second base and also reached on an error his last time up. Ruzic works out of the stretch, and the first pitch, breaking ball, gets away from Smith, back to the backstop, and that is going to move up the runner. Cole Kindred into scoring position over there at second base, as Ruzic has uncorked a couple of wild pitches already in this inning. O'Donnell has played very well defensively behind the dish for Olympia here today. As Ruzic checks on the runner, held on by Hodgson back there at second, and the 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed. Overpowered O'Donnell there with the fastball. 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Bulldogs in the bottom half of the 5th inning, excuse me. They play O'Donnell to hit it the other way as the 1-1 pitch. Fastball just missed a little low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ten 11 runs on 10 hits for the Bulldogs, 5 runs on 5 hits for the Olympia Spartans. As if that pickoff by Braden Smith is proving very large already, as if that had not been the case, Olympia would have second and third with nobody out right now. But as it stands, man on second with 1 out. The 2-1 pitch coming home from Evan Ruzic. Chopped on the ground to third. That's going to be Wagers. He has it. Throws across the diamond. Carter Johnson is able to pick it. Nice play over there on the other end, as it was Kindred who was able to move up to third on the play, but Wagers gets to put out 5-3, and with 2 outs, it's going to be Alex Kindred stepping into the plate. Alex Kindred has struck out twice already in the ballgame today. Each of the next 2 hitters in the Olympia order, Alex Kindred and Elijah Smith, both with 2 strikeouts. Ruzic now has 4 strikeouts in his second inning of work. He works out of the stretch with a man on third. First pitch is a breaking ball that misses away, 1-0. Lights are on here at the field as the sun is officially setting. Exactly what we need for it to get colder. As the 1-0 pitch in the dirt, blocked again by Smith, 2-0. As another Olympia reliever heads down to the bullpen, we've now seen they've used 4 pitchers already, and it looks like number 5 is headed down to warm up as we speak. The 2-0 pitch home to Alex Kindred. Foul ball off the mask of our home plate umpire. And Braden Smith definitely going to head out and have a little bit of a conversation with Evan Ruzic. Cold day like today. Going to give plenty of time to tonight's home plate umpire. Shake that one off a little bit. They wear masks for a reason, but that still doesn't mean it feels good.
Not at all.
So conversation on the mound is done for. Smith going to return back behind the plate, and the count will be 2-1 on Alex Kindred, with Cole Kindred standing 90 feet away over there at third. Bulldogs lead by 6 here in the top of the 5th and have 2, 3, and 4, the dangerous part of their order, due up in the bottom of the inning. Ruzic, again, still working out of the stretch. They play back on the infield, shallow in the outfield. And the 2-1 pitch. Miss is just off the plate inside, 3-1. It's Elijah Smith, the first baseman, who waits on deck. Olympia and Mahomet, former Corn Belt Conference foes. Olympia now plays in the Prairie Land Conference with teams like Monticello and Rantoul. Bloomington Normal. The 3-1 pitch in there for a strike. Good pitch from Ruzic, and now the count is full. He's looking for strikeout number 2 of the inning, 5 of the day, and looking to strand Cole Kindred over there at third base.
A lot of pressure on the pitcher and the batter to not make a mistake.
Yeah, Kindred looking to avoid striking out for the 3rd time in the ball game as the 3-2 pitch sent right back over towards us. Foul ball is going to keep the count at 3-2.
Oh.
You got to make a play over there.
Ryan missed another souvenir. I could have grabbed that one. He still missed
It's a
it.
good thing the playing days of Brendan Mchale are over, because holy cow. The count remains full. Evan Ruzic pitching to Alex Kindred. And the next one home. Strike 3 called. Got him on the outside corner. Got him looking. And the Bulldogs strand the runner. We're going to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Bulldogs still lead 11-5. Bottom of the 5th inning, the Bulldogs lead by 6 and have Carter Johnson stepping into the box. He is 2 for 3 in the ballgame today, including a monster 3-run home run out to left field, his last time up. He's also singled in a run, come around to score, and popped out to shortstop. So 4 RBI on the day for him, 2 runs scored, and 2 base hits. As he watches that one miss upstairs, 2-0. It's going to be Johnson, Walters, and Casillas. Braden Houchin, the shortstop, if anybody is to reach. And the 2-0 pitch. Strike called on the outside corner, 2-1. Another Olympia right-hander is getting loose down there in the bullpen. Lots of Olympia pitchers being used today. As a righty also getting loose for the Bulldogs. Johnson's going to send a high fly ball, foul down the right field line, going to get out of play, and the count will be 2-2. Looks like it's Alex Mchale down there in the bullpen getting loose for the Bulldogs. Has yet to make a pitching appearance yet this year, but definitely the Bulldogs looking to see what kind of arms they have as conference play leads off this weekend. The 2-2 pitch home to Johnson. He waits back on it, but sends a lazy fly ball into shallow right field. The second baseman, Kindred, goes down to a knee and makes the catch. Puts it away for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring in a Blake Walters. Walters, the big hitting 3-hitter for the Bulldogs, having a tough day today. Walked and scored in the first and has struck out twice since then. Walters headed to Purdue after this season to continue his baseball career. Yeah, the Bulldogs have scored in every inning so far. They're going to look to continue that. As the first pitch home to him, breaking ball, watches it go low. Walters has shown lots of skill in both hitting and pitching so far this season. The Bulldogs ace on the bump has been touching over 90 miles an hour as he watches that one in the outside corner, 1-1. Likely going to see him on the bump for game 1 this Saturday against the Lincoln Railers. As Olympia left-hander shakes off and now fires, breaking ball, misses way up and away, 2 balls and a strike. They play deep all around the outfield for the Bulldog 3-hitter. Again, one of only 2 Bulldogs in the order to not get a base hit so far today, and he sends a high fly ball into shallow center. It's going to be Kindred behind the second base bag who puts it away. He's now caught both pop-outs in this inning, and it's going to be Mateo Casillas looking to keep this Bulldog inning alive. He has walked, singled, and struck out in the ballgame today. He has scored 2 runs. Lefty on lefty for the first time today. This will be Casillas' first time facing this Olympia left-hander. Only 2 lefties in the Bulldog order, Casillas and Selk. As out of the windup, the first pitch is a breaking ball. Good eye by Casillas. Watches that one go outside for a ball. Very deep out there in right field. That's Gunnar Wilson playing a couple steps in front of the warning track, I'd say. As the next pitch, 1-0 fastball, misses just a little outside, 2-0 now. Again, Evan Ruzic has gone 2 innings after Zach Corson went 3. Alex Mchale is warming up in the bullpen, so we'll see who the Bulldogs turn to on the bump in the 6th as the 2-0 pitch is taken outside. 3 balls, no strikes. The Bulldogs looking to get a base runner, looking to keep alive their streak of scoring in every inning so far. The shortstop Houchin waits on deck. The 3-0 pitch to Casillas. He was taken all the way, takes a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. We've already seen several Bulldogs have the green light on 3-0 in the ballgame today. As out of the windup, the 3-1 pitch. Chopped on the ground to first base. That is going to be a foul ball. No, they're going to keep that one a fair ball. They're going to step on the bag, and that is going to be out number 3. So the Bulldogs kept off the scoreboard for the first time today, and we are going to the top of the 6th inning with the Bulldogs leading 11-5. To the 6th we go. New pitcher for the Bulldogs is the second baseman to start today, Alex Mchale, taking the bump, the right-hander. Looks like he will switch with Evan Ruzic, who will take over second base duties. All other Bulldog defensive alignment appears to be the same, as it is going to be 7, 8, and 9 due up for Olympia. Elijah Smith, Riley Mcallister, and Gunnar Wilson.
Yeah.
Smith has struck out twice in the ball game today. Last time he did reach on a drop third strike. However, he was eventually stranded at third base as the 1-0 pitch is laced down the left field line, but foul. Mchale leading off for the Bulldogs today. Already has a couple of defensive putouts and is now getting his time on the bump, doing a little bit of everything for Nick DiFilippo and the Mahomet-Seymour Bulldogs. By far the most talented Mchale who has ever come through this program, as he works out of the windup. And finally gets the sign he wants, and the 1-1 pitch in there over the outside corner, and it's now 1-2. We saw Alex Kindred ending last inning. He struck out for the third time in the ballgame. Elijah Smith is looking to avoid that unfortunate fate as well, as Mchale works out of the windup again. Takes a long time to get the one he wants. Finally has it, and the 1-2. Breaking ball, chopped down to first. It's going to be Johnson who charges. Flips to the second baseman, Ruzic, for the out. The little bit of a rare 3-4 put out, but nevertheless, Mchale draws weak contact. That's going to bring Riley Mcallister to the plate. He has reached base twice, a walk and a hit by pitch in the game. He has also come around to score a run. Mcallister plays left field today, batting in the 8th spot of the Olympia order. First pitch, breaking ball, swung on and missed. Good spinner there from Mchale. Had Mcallister way out in front. Shows a lot of confidence in that breaking ball, going to it early. Olympia with 5 runs in the game, all in the top of the 3rd inning. Things just kind of got out of control for Zach Corson. Seemed to be single after single after single. It didn't stop until 5 runs were already across. Mchale spikes the 0-1 fastball, and it's now 1-1. Gunnar Wilson, the right fielder, waits on deck, and then it's back to the top of the Olympia order. Wagers, Houchin, Ruzic, and Carter Johnson on the infield, and the 1-1 pitch. Another breaking ball, got him swinging. Good pitch there by Mchale. Had Mcallister way out in front. The count is 1-2. He's showing that he is willing to go to that breaking ball. Outfield, they play very shallow, especially Lager over there in center. Straight up all around. As Smith is going to call time, and he's going to head out and chat with Alex Mchale. Those two just haven't seemed to have been exactly on the same page so far. In the bottom of the 6th, it's going to be 6, 7, and 8 for, 5, 6, and 7 for the Bulldogs. As the 1-2 home from Mchale, another breaking ball. This one fouled out of play down the right field line, and the count will stay 1-2. Mchale back on the bump. He looks in for a long time, finally gets the one he wants, and the 1-2 is a fastball that gets all the way back to the backstop, and it's 2-2. Mchale definitely liking to change speeds, looking to keep the hitters off balance, trying to put away Riley Mcallister here, and then Gunnar Wilson, who is waiting on deck. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball outside corner. See you later. Mchale freezes Mcallister, who goes down looking. And it's going to be the 9-hitter Gunnar Wilson stepping into the box now. First strikeout of the day for Mchale was a good one. And it'll be Wilson. Last chance for Olympia here in the top of the 6th. As he winds and fires. Fouled out of play over towards the softball field. 0-1. Top of the order, Adam Schwartzendruber waits on deck if Gunnar Wilson is able to extend this inning. Mchale works out of the windup. And the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. Good hold by Gunnar Wilson. That pitch was a good-looking pitch, but he was just able to hold off of it, blocked by Smith behind the plate. And it's 1-1. Wilson has singled, came around to score, and struck out swinging his last time up. Looks at a fastball over, and Mchale is 1 strike away from getting out of this inning unscathed. Hodgson, Selk, and Wagers due up for the Bulldogs in the bottom of the 6th. Mchale winds, Mchale fires, breaking ball, got him swinging. Alex Mchale sets down 2 strikeouts in the inning and gets through with a 0. We're heading to the bottom of the 6th inning. Bulldogs lead 11-5. Braden Hodgson leads things off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. He's reached base twice today and scored both times he's been on. It was a walk in the first for him and a single his last time up. Also grounded back to the pitcher as the first pitch is a ball. Sun is completely gone as Hodgson's going to rip that one to third. That's going to get through the third baseman, DeVore, and into left field. Leadoff man is on for the Bulldogs, and that's going to bring in Carter Selk. They're going to mark it down as a base hit. Hodgson's second of the day, and he's on base for the 3rd time. That's going to bring in Selk. Selk, 1 for 2 on the day. He lined out to second, had a 2-run homer, and also walked his last time up. It looks like we're going to have a pinch runner over there for Hodgson. Waiting to see the official number, but Selk bats lefty on lefty. They play very deep out there in right. Looks like it's going to be Creel running over there at first base as the first pitch is an off speed and misses. So Jacob Creel running for Braden Houchin. Houchin 2 for 3 on the day with a walk. As a pickoff attempt, Creel is going to slide back in safely. Lefty has a good pickoff move on the mound, keeping the Bulldogs close on the base paths. Looks in for the sign, has the one he wants. Creel not a big lead over there at first base. And the 1-0 pitch ripped back to the backstop. 1-1. Selk was on that one. Mahomet looking to go 4-1 on the season. Olympia in danger of falling to 0-3-1. Again, Olympia started off the season with a tie at Canton before losing the next two. Selk out in front of the breaking ball. He swings through it, and it's 1-2. Right-hander getting loose for the Bulldogs down in their bullpen. Looks like it is Houchin, so looks like he was lifted for a pinch runner so he could go down to the bullpen and warm up. If the Bulldogs do not score, we will see the top of the 7th. As the next to Selk lets it go. Count is even at 2-2. Chase Wagers, the third baseman, waits on deck. Creel gets another short lead off of first. The 2-2 pitch home to Carter Selk. He sends a high fly ball in a very shallow center field. Center fielder doesn't see it. The ball's going to drop into shallow left center. Creel's going to take the turn. He's headed to third. Play at third. He slides in. He is safe as the ball gets through. The high lazy fly ball. Center fielder never saw it. Edwin Hodgson just never off the bat got a read. And by the time he or the left fielder, Riley Mcallister, got a read on it, it was far too late. Selk's going to get himself a double, although I can't necessarily say he deserved it. And now it's going to be Chase Wagers hitting with 2 runners in scoring position and a chance to send Mahomet home a winner. Jacob Creel over there at third base. Carter Selk at second. Infield is in for Olympia, as they know that is the winning run over there at third base. First base is open with the catcher, Braden Smith, on deck. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Wagers maybe pitched around a little bit here. Definitely a plate. The plate is made easier if there is a force. As the 1-0 pitch, Wagers looks at a fastball, upper part of the zone, but gets the call. 1-1. A 2 RBI single in the ballgame for Chase Wagers. He's also struck out looking and lined out to right field. Big gap in right center right now as Gunnar Wilson plays way over towards the line over there in right. The 1-1 pitch. Wagers sends it into shallow right field. That one's going to get down, but just a little bit foul. Couple feet to the right of the line. That ball would have ended this ball game. But instead, it goes down as a strike, and the count is 1-2.
Ryan's not happy with that foul ball.
Wagers still has a couple shots. Bulldogs with nobody out. Again, it's Wagers at the dish. Braden Smith on deck. Wagers already with 2 runs driven in this game. He can add to that total. The 1-2 pitch. Foul ball out of play and over towards the softball field once again as the wind continues to pick up. Any fly ball into left field, it's going to be trouble to keep this one in the ballpark. As Wagers from the right side of the plate, he's ready again. The 1-2 pitch. Right back up the middle. The ball's going to be dropped by the pitcher. He goes to first. No advancement by either runner. Good play on the bump. Almost caught the hard hit line drive. And that is going to bring up Braden Smith. Smith has 2 base hits in the game today, including his last one for an RBI. He's 2 for 3. He is also popped out to Schwartzendruber at shortstop. Smith hitting out of the 8-hole. As looks like the Olympia coaching staff going to call time and have a little bit of a meeting out there on the mound. Again, wouldn't be surprised now, especially with 1 out, seeing Smith put on base, set up the double play, which could potentially end the inning, or at the very least, set up a force out at home plate, keep that winning run from scoring. Olympia will have the top of the order if they are able to extend this game, and if Mahomet is not able to win it. In the top of the 7th, it will be 1, 2, 3 for Olympia, Schwarzenduber, Houchin, and DeVore. As the meeting on the mound wraps up, looks like no pitching changes are going to be made, and it's going to be Smith with a chance to walk things off for Mahomet. Infield remains in for Olympia. They play on the grass, even with the base paths at first and in at third, short, and second. The first pitch home to Braden Smith in the dirt. Good block by O'Donnell behind the plate, and it's 1-0. Smith bats with no batting gloves from the right side of the plate. He waggles the bat, and the 1-0 pitch runs inside, but gets the call for a strike. 1-1. Out of the stretch, the next home, the 1-1 pitch runs inside and gets him. Braden Smith is hit by the pitch, so whether it was by design or not, the bases are loaded, the double play is in order, and there is a force out at home, as it looks like we're going to have a runner for Smith once again, courtesy for the catcher. It's going to be Waldinger running for him once again, and it's going to be Jaden Lager, the center fielder, out of the 9 spot with an opportunity to win it for the Bulldogs. Lager, 2 strikeouts and a walk in the game today. He did come around and score a run after that walk. They're back in the middle, playing for the double play. The corners are still in, looking for the force at home. The first pitch home to Lager, swung on and missed. Top of the order is on deck. That's Alex Mchale. The 0-1 pitch, home to Jaden Lager, misses way upstairs. 1-1, I should say. They play shallow in center. Pretty average depth in right and left right now. They play for the force out on the corners. They play for the double play up the middle. The 1-1 pitch, home to Lager. Breaking ball. They're going to try and pick behind the runner at first, and he is going to be safe. Waldinger gets back safely. Pitch was taken high for a ball. It's a 2-1 count on Jaden Lager. Big hole on the right side of the infield with the first baseman drawn in, and the 2-1 pitch. Lager fouls it back to the screen. It is now 2-2. Lager already with 2 strikeouts in the ball game today. This is a ball that certainly needs to be put in play if you're Mahomet. Make the Olympia defense make a play. The winning run over there at third base would force this into a mercy rule. As the 2-2 pitch. Fouled back to the screen. Lager just got a piece of it to stay alive. Good piece of hitting there by the right-handed hitting center fielder. Alex Mchale with a single and a double in this contest. He waits on deck. Zach Corson still the pitcher of record on the upside for the Bulldogs. Cole Kindred on the downside for Olympia as it stands right now. The 2-2 pitch home to Jaden Lager. Swung on and missed. He strikes out, swinging his 3rd strikeout of the day, and it's down to Alex Mchale for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs had 2nd and 3rd with nobody out, but a ground ball back to the pitcher and a strikeout, and Olympia has a chance to get out of this jam. Mchale is 2 for 4 today. A ground out to shortstop, a ground out to third where he reached on an error, and then he also has a double and a single. He has scored 2 of the Bulldog 11 runs. As another meeting on the mound, this time the Olympia catcher is going to go out, and Mchale will have another shot at it. And we're going to have a pitching change here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So new Olympia pitcher coming in crunch time. We'll tell you all about it when we come back right after the break. We're just not even looking at you. It's going to be Alex Mchale looking to end this game for the Bulldogs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. As the first pitch to him misses low and away. Mchale, first time he has not offered at the first pitch so far today. As the next home to him out of the windup, he checks his swing, balls in the dirt, 2 balls and no strikes. Mchale, the leadoff batter for the Bulldogs, getting his 5th plate appearance in the game today. The 2-0 pitch. Ripped in the left field to the third baseman, and that is going to end the inning. Mchale made good contact, but just was not able to find a hole. We're headed to the top of the last inning. Bulldogs lead 11-5.
What?
Back here for the top of the 7th inning, also known as top of the last, as it's going to be Alex Mchale back out for his 2nd inning on the bump. An impressive first inning as he struck out 2, as Olympia will send the top of their order to the plate, starting with their shortstop Adam Schwartzendruber, as the first pitch is outside for a ball.
Hopefully he's able to make quick work of these guys.
Yeah, Schwartzendruber, Hodgson, and DeVore here in this inning. Schwartzendruber struck out swinging his last time up. The 1-0 pitch from Alex Mchale, way outside for a ball, 2-0. Schwartzendruber, a base hit and a run scored in 3 tries, also a strikeout and a ground out in the ballgame today. Mchale looks in for the sign out of the windup once again, has the one he wants, and the 2-0 pitch finds the outside corner for a strike, 2-1. As the afternoon-evening game has turned into a night game here at Mahomet-Seymour. Lights are on.
The field looks beautiful. The weather doesn't feel beautiful.
Yeah, I bet it looks beautiful at home, but that's probably the better way to watch it right now, as that one's fouled out of play down the right side. I think I'd prefer to be watching this game from home right now, but
oh yeah, definitely.
Nevertheless, we hope you're enjoying it on your couch right now. You are warmer than us. That is a guarantee.
I cannot feel my toes or my fingers.
Schwartzendruber has a 2-2 count. Mchale has battled back, and now time is going to be called by the hitter. Wagers, Hodgson, Ruzic, and Carter Johnson on the infield. Selk, Lager, Casillas in the outfield. Alex Mchale working with his battery mate, Braden Smith, and the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, swung on and missed in the dirt. Going to have to make the throw down to first. Mchale with a nice, sharp curveball gets Schwartzendruber swinging. 1 out in the inning. That's going to bring up Edwin Hodgson. Hodgson reached on an infield single, came around to score back in the 5-run 3rd inning. He's also struck out and flown out to Jaden Lager. the Bulldogs really just had one inning get the better of them for Olympia here today. The 5-run top of the third for the Spartans. Spartans put up 4 hits, got 1 walk, and a couple of Bulldog errors allowed them to put 5 runs on the board. Other than that, Bulldog pitchers have done a really, really good job at limiting the damage. Bulldogs right now with 11 runs on 12 hits. Olympia with 5 runs on 5 hits. As the 1-0 fastball is taken outside, 2-0. Mchale has now fallen behind both hitters to start the inning. Came back and got Schwartzendruber, as he'll look to do the same here with Edwin Hodgson. The 2-0 pitch. Misses away. 3 balls and no strikes. It's Josh DeVore on deck. Mchale looking to avoid giving a free pass. Bulldogs with 2 errors in the game. The Olympia Spartans just with 1. As Mchale out of the windup, the 3-0 pitch. Misses upstairs, loses him, and that is going to bring a meeting out on the mound as Mchale allows his first base runner here. As Josh DeVore is going to step into the plate. It's going to be Alex Mchale getting a little bit of word of advice from pitching coach Brian Bajer. DeVore singled his last time up. He has struck out twice prior to that. He's 1 for 3 in the ball game. He has played a very good third base over there. Caught a couple of sharp line drives. As Mchale is back and ready to go for this one. He's going to be working out of the stretch for the first time today. To the 3-hitter, Josh DeVore. Olympia looking to mount a little bit of a last-inning miracle comeback. Bulldogs are going to get 2 more outs and move to 4-1 on the season. A 2-game winning streak heading into conference play. As a check on the runner. He gets back safely. Mchale out of the stretch. He kicks and he fires. First pitch. Misses inside, 1-0. They play for the double play up the middle. Another check on the runner from Mchale. And he is back safely. Hodgson and Ruzic up the middle for the Bulldogs. Would love a double play here. Have not seen a double play by either team in the contest so far. The 1-0 pitch home from Mchale. Swung on and missed by DeVore. Went up and chased the fastball. It's now 1-1. Edwin Hodgson leads off of first base. He just walked. The 1-1 pitch to Josh DeVore. Breaking ball. Gets the inside corner. Nice pitch from Mchale. Froze the batter as if the batter wasn't frozen enough out here. And the count is now 1-2.
Everybody's frozen out here.
But
not just the batter.
Yeah, but Josh DeVore was a little bit extra on that last delivery. And now the 1-2 pitch. Another breaking ball chopped on the ground. That's going to be Wagers over there at third. He bobbles. His only play is across the diamond to first. And he is safe. An error on Chase Wagers over there at third base. Now 2 Olympia runners are on for their cleanup hitter, Cole Kindred. Kindred has been hitting the ball very well. 2 singles in his last 2 at-bats. He's knocked in 2 runs and scored 1. So Mchale got the ground ball he wanted, but now has nothing to show for it. Runners are on first and second with 1 out, and he's going to step off and try and get on the same page with his catcher, Smith. The shortstop, Hodgson, was warming up before this last inning, so we'll see how long the rope is for Alex Mchale as he works out of the stretch. And the first pitch home. Breaking ball, got the call in there for a strike. Mchale with a really good off-speed delivery here today. As Smith is going to call time and head out to the mound, make sure him and Mchale are on the same page. Again, if you're just joining us here on Bulldog TV, Bulldogs lead 11-5 They've got 12 hits to Olympia's 5 hits. Bulldogs will start conference play this Saturday, hosting Lincoln for a doubleheader. Olympia has runners on first and second. Edwin Hodgson walked. Josh DeVore reached on an error. And the 0-1 pitch home to Cole Kindred is another off-speed pitch and another called strike. Alex Mchale is pounding the strike zone right now, getting ahead of hitters. And Kindred falls behind 0-2. He's 2 for 3 on the game. Catcher Drew O'Donnell waits on deck. Mchale has the sign and the 0-2 pitch. Checked his swing, strike 3 called. Alex Mchale, fastball on the outside corner, strikes out Cole Kindred looking, and just like that, the Bulldogs have Olympia down to their last out. It's Drew O'Donnell, who is 0 for 3 on the day. He reached on an error and has grounded out twice. Alex Mchale looking to close out a Bulldog W. Again, Zach Corson currently in line for the win. Cole Kindred currently in line for the loss. It'll be Zach Corson's first win of the season. As Mchale is set. And the first pitch home to the catcher, Drew O'Donnell. Chopped foul off the batter, and it's quickly 0-1. Alex Mchale really looking good today. He's got 2 base hits, looking to put up 2 scoreless innings on the mound. Finally, those parents have something to be proud of. As Mchale has the one he wants. He's set and he fires. Breaking ball, backs the batter off the plate and gets the called strike. He's been pounding that inside curveball all day long. The Olympia right-handers have not been able to stand in on it. And just like that, it's a 0-2 count with 2 outs.
Could this be the last pitch?
Down to their final strike. As Mchale's going to step off, get on the same page. Carter Johnson plays behind the runner at first. They play straight up infield and outfield. Bulldogs lead by 6 and are looking to close out this win over non-conference Olympia. He's set. He fires. Chopped on the ground. That's going to be in between Wagers and Houchin. Houchin's going to come up with it, but have no play. It's going to go down as an infield single for Drew O'Donnell, and it's going to extend the game, bringing Alex Kindred to the plate.
Got to redo all that progress.
First base hit of the day for Drew O'Donnell and Alex Kindred, who's having a tough day so far. 3 strikeouts in 3 at-bats for him in the contest. They still play straight up infield and outfield. Mchale still working out of the stretch with the bases loaded. Sacks packed with Spartans, and the first pitch is taken for a strike. Mchale looks in for the sign as the wind continues to gale out to left field. He shakes off once and now has the one he wants. The 0-1 pitch. Sent high in the air to deep center field. Lager, he moves over, he's under it. He puts the squeeze on it, and that's a Bulldog winner. Bulldogs win the game today by a score of 11-5. Alex Mchale with 2 scoreless innings to close things out on the bump, and the Bulldogs move to 4-1 on the season. Olympia falls to 0-3-1. From all of us here at Bulldog TV, Ben Greenger alongside Gage Edelman, it has been a fantastic bringing you today the Bulldog baseball team. Stay tuned this Saturday for the doubleheader against the Lincoln Railers. Thank you all for tuning in, and have a great night.